right, we're ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
Anime Monday. Animation with balls. So crazy. It has to be drawn. A steaming pile of awesome. Anime Monday. Just effing watch.
That's right, brand new Anna Monday and a brand new year. My voice did not just break there. I'm not under stress. I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, everybody.
Crazy, you're crazy, Nappa. Such a ghost of Nappa.
I am, of course, your...
Mommy.
Yes. What, Nappa?
Coconuts have water in them.
Yes, they do. I am, of course, your hostess with the mostest, the ten-tailed Mistress Ookami, and with me for this discussion is my good friend Pass the Remote.
Hi there.
And today, and I realized I probably should have put, maybe a picture up. You know what? I think even putting a picture up of this anime would have gotten me slapped with a cease and desist by fucking Funimation. So.
Probably.
Yeah. We are talking about DBZ today. It is a general discussion because, yeah, we are not really talking about... We're not talking about the series as a whole. We're not, discussing, oh, what was our favorite things? We're doing a bit of a thought exercise here. I came up with this one at work, actually. It was a thought that just somebody asked me, and I was like, I think now, with Super existing, and with all of this other stuff now, you could make the DBZ movies now, make the older ones, into canon in the same way that they did Broly.
They can fire them out of a cannon.
I think it's possible, but you really gotta think on it. My theory, if you don't mind me starting this off, Pass.
All right.
Okay. It just sound super depressed there.
I'm just thinking of how you're going to make Bio Broly something that people want to watch.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. I want to make particular movies canon.
Oh, that's good.
In particular, and I have different ways that we could do this, I want to make the Dead Zone canon. I want to make... let's put it this way. The events of these. I want to make that canon. I want to make the Tree of Might canon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make World's Strongest canon.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially also want to make Lord Slug canon. And then we can discuss how you make Cooler canon.
How do you make... Cooler is a difficult one, because how do you make him canon when it's obvious that he should have been the one in control of everything instead of Frieza?
Mm-hmm. I have a thought for that, but...
I know!
Huh?
Make him a woman! Toriyama would never have a woman be in it. in charge of a big organization like that.
Jesus Christ. I mean, not wrong, but God. No, but in seriousness, I think this is doable.
I mean, how many times? I mean, look at it. Videl basically got her neck snapped and like right to the kitchen dimension.
Yep. They all but tried to do that with 18.
Yeah, they kind of did.
They kind of did.
I mean,
yeah.
She didn't do anything really during the Boo saga. She wasn't fighting.
No. I think the best way, I think for the first 4 ideas, the first 4 films that I'm thinking of, you utilize something that Super has now given us. It's not canon to Universe 7. These are characters that are canon to Universe 6.
Here's the thing. I think you could make the Dead Zone canon to Universe 7.
Okay.
Because of the Garlic Jr. saga.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you could. Okay, yeah, actually, I agree. I agree with that one.
That one definitely could be canon to Universe 7. Now, what it will have to be is that basically you might have to massage it a bit that they had to team up to take Garlic down because he was going after Kami, and Piccolo is like, listen, I may not like Kami, but I like staying fucking alive.
Yeah, exactly.
You just hear, you hear him, he's meditating, we like being alive. We like being alive. we like being alive.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I could totally see that. I could see it as like him teaming up with Goku. Yeah, that's doing that with Raditz isn't the first time. Both have been reluctant.
Very reluctant. And I would actually probably put it about a year before Z proper.
Mm-hmm.
And none of the other folks are even part of it.
Yes. You'd say that happened. That's because that's how they didn't even know that, Gohan existed yet.
Well, that's because, that's because Goku doesn't understand sex.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Chi-Chi, how did you?
I don't, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, not cool with what I'm thinking of.
Actually, they it was like sex right after. Like, okay, we'll have a sparring match, then sex. Then or a wrestling, naked fighting. And she just got, and he held back and she just got on top. And while he was trying to win out, that was how Gohan was conceived.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, that actually felt good.
He lost and then he got very tired. And he doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
He thought he'll get the Zenkai boost.
Yeah. So I think you could do that. I really think when it comes to stuff like Turles, because it's too late now to bring Turles in. If you tried, you can't make him. Yeah. You can't make him canon earlier because it just doesn't fit. And if you try to make him canon now, like as in do an event with him now, it doesn't work. It's not an opponent that would even stand up even remotely to Goku.
It's kind of like what they did with the 30th Shonen Jump thing, where it was like, the characters are like, they're not in anybody's league. It's like, oh yeah, we're now all the power of Frieza. They're like, okay, the
Yeah.
kids can kick your ass.
Yeah.
Kids go kick their ass.
Yeah. But if you tweak things,
Mm-hmm.
because Turles, it's like, okay, nobody really knows where this dude came from, but he is a Saiyan. Okay. You have also, like I said,
He's Goku,
Doctor.
and he's wearing a lot of black.
I have
They'll call him N-word Goku.
Jesus. You also have... God. You also
hear and
go ahead.
oh, believe me. This year, if I get to Texas, Ookami is going to kill me anyway.
We have someone like Dr. Wheelo, who wouldn't stand up to anyone now.
No, however, I think World's Strongest could be. You could have massaged that one. You could actually, you know what? You could still do that in the fact that you basically just have it where you might have to change the narrative a bit. Like it's more sneaky, which might not be a shonen, but yeah, that one where the Universe 6 or the What If, something like that.
And that's where I'm getting to. Universe 6. I think you could definitely utilize this. I think people would be fine with it as long as you have, Goku at least show up at some point. Like, Goku and Vegeta, like, maybe, like... there were two things pitched. I pitched the idea of Tales from Universe 6. That these are events that happened while Goku and Vegeta were away from them. Because, they keep constantly going back and, like, hanging out with them and shit. So, while they were away, these things happened, and, like, the next time they meet up, they, like, explain, like, oh, yeah, we just got, like, they look at them and they're like, oh, wow, looks like you got through a huge battle, what happened? And they explain it, either in a backstory, or, and one I liked, especially with the idea of Tree of Might, with the way that Kale is, and is, like, slightly a traumatized character. the character, the way she is, that she would have freaked out the entire time because they were being attacked by somebody who looks like Goku.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, after they've defeated him, you have Goku fucking show up. It was like fucking instant transmission or whatever, and as soon as he shows up, Kale just immediately tries to punch the shit out of him. Because still wild up from that fight. And then, like, you either get, like, a funny moment of, like, she punches him in the face, and it's like, what the hell? And then, like, and then, like, you get the flashback and explain, here's the story, and you do that.
Or he's like, or it's like it doesn't hit his, we're saying hi by punching, and he just punches her.
Yeah. And then it's like, then interference, and they explain, this is what happened. Because, Goku finally looks around and sees the destruction. It's like, hold on, what the fuck happened here? And then explain. I think you could do that. The other one that that somebody tried to pitch to me, and I just didn't agree with it, was them being there training them when these events happen, and basically saying, well, it's not our fight. If we keep constantly saving your universe. And I'm like, that's just not in their character, though.
I mean, well, it's in Goku's character.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. He could have killed Fat Boo. He could have. Here, the idea of it could be that maybe they kind of feel out and it's like, bored now. You're too weak. You go fight. Because the fact is, or what it is you start, and if you need help, we'll come and help you.
I
You know,
could see
basically
that.
as part of the training, you know, we'll be here as your backup, but we want to be able to see this, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I could see that. You know,
I could see that. That I could, yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be the thing, especially like Vegeta would be like wanting his student to try his might, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I want to see what you can do. And the fact is maybe even Vegeta knows, yeah, they're not up to me, but the fact is they might be, you know, they'll be a good thing for training.
I could
And,
see that.
you know, and they're like, why is Vegeta just standing there? He's like, I don't need to be involved.
Yeah.
And if you want to get them involved, basically have have the bad guy, you know, when they're down, you know, try to throw shit, you know, throw a punch at Vegeta, and you're like, really? And just have him smack him out of the way, like, get out of the way, you ain't worth this.
Yeah. I could totally see that.
Because
Now,
Vegeta would be a strict teacher.
mm-hmm.
He
Now
is a very strict teacher.
I
But very fair.
yeah. Now I think when it comes to like Lord Slug and it comes to uh Turles, I don't think they would allow their plan to be like fully going into motion where it's like destroying the fucking planet.
No.
I think they'd be like, no, you're not
You know
going
what?
that far.
Here's how I would do that for Universe 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that the Saiyans in Universe 6 are kind of guardians and stuff like that. Like they're
Mhm.
not the warlike Saiyans of Universe 7. Have it be kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of a situation. Like it happens on
Okay.
another planet. They're
Yes.
training like, okay, so you've got Goku training Kale and
Khalifa.
Cauliflower, whatever,
Yeah,
Khalifa. And you've got what's his name? Kaba?
Kaba. Yeah.
Kaba. And Vegeta's training Kaba. You know, they're doing their thing. And then what happens is they get a call that, you know, they are in need because of there's a Saiyan. And you can even have it still that Turles is a Universe 7 Saiyan.
Yeah. Question
There's
would be how
a Saiyan who's fucking shit up. What the and they look at it and they're like, wait, that doesn't even, because it's like, that looks like Universe 7 armor. And it's like, that looks like Goku. And Goku's like, the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see an explanation as to how the fuck he got there. I think that would be interesting. And I think you could.
They don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think you could do something like that in the plot. Though,
Actually,
like, absolutely.
You know what? I mean, you could do something. I mean, listen, if the fact is they can have Bardock survive the explosion of Vegeta and be flung back in time, anything's possible.
You know what? True. He got flung across a dimension somehow.
Yeah. It could be that the shockwave, the destruction of the planet, you know, blew some of the Saiyans through time and space, and he just happened to land in Universe 6.
Yep.
And he landed in a place, he stole a ship and got pirates and people.
And he found the fruit for the tree of life.
He found the fruit. He found the fruit. He knows he's in another universe, and he's basically here licking his wounds until he can go back and take revenge on Frieza.
Yeah.
And then Goku's just like, and maybe have, Frieza's still alive. So, you know, he's going to go take his revenge on Frieza. He's like, dude, we got it. If Frieza decides to cause trouble, we got it. Don't worry about it. And then he kind of gets pissed at them for not just wanting to go kill Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
And decides to attack. And you have it where the majority of the fight is those two until maybe the fruit is finished.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably only have, like, this is the first time he's tried the fruit.
Okay.
And make it that the fruit gives you a really big buff.
Yeah.
But at a major cost. Like,
life costs, basically.
Basically, Yeah, basically you are running on red.
Yeah.
Like, you can do this, then he would need to quickly get there to kill Frieza.
Yeah.
And that way, maybe he gets to the point of like a Super Saiyan for Goku and Vegeta, not Blue.
Yeah. Funny
Or-
enough, we're talking we're talking a shonen series. Yeah, so essentially it would do like what like the 8 gates were supposed to do in Naruto, where when you open the 8th one, you're running on red, literally.
Yeah,
It is you get this huge massive fucking power boost. Nobody can stop you, but as soon as you are done with what you're doing, you fucking croak.
yeah,
None of this. Oh, but Ninja Jesus saved it. Fuck you.
no. That therein lies a problem of just, you know, it's one of the things about shonen is that there is power creep and all that, but the fact is that yeah, if that I think would be the tree. It's the cost that he doesn't know until he eats it.
Yes. Absolutely.
That the seed that he had, and have it that the seed and the tree and all that is a malicious entity.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is it invites you with the power. It can take the power. Think of it like, you could make it work if you think of it like the spirit bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the entire planet's life energy.
Yep.
And condenses it into a fruit. And if you eat the fruit, you will gain all that power.
Yep.
All of it. Which on a decently like on Earth, let's say 7 billion people, and what was, I believe, the what was Raditz saw the farmer was a 5?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the people. It's not talking about, that's not the beasts and all that. Like,
yeah.
Actually, at that point, that might put him in God form. It might be, he might go God mode.
I can see it, yeah.
But his body, then think of it like All-Star Superman. When he got too close to the sun and his cells started literally dying of radiation overdose.
Mm-hmm.
In All-Star Superman, kind of like that. That's what it does to you. And it won't, and the tree and that, and all of the seeds and the fruit and all are basically connected and are like basically telepathic. And you don't know until you become part of it that, oh yes, you get this, but once you die,
yeah,
once you finish it and you try to release the power, you basically fade into nothingness and you become the next seed.
I could see it, yeah.
You become the seed.
And at the end, they'll either destroy it or they'll contain it. And like it's like, yeah, that's just a thing now.
They'll either, you know what, have it that's where Fat Beers comes from. Champa.
Yep.
Chonka. He should be called Chonka because he's chunky. So Chonka comes up because he's the only one who can destroy it.
Yeah.
You could even have it as maybe be something that cannot be either, or it's something that even the gods can't kill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's maybe it was like a trapped god or trapped angel or something, and even they can't. So like you might have to bring in the Grand Priest, the short king of kings.
Yeah,
he might have to come and be like, I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
And like it tries to talk to him and he's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
In a tone where it just is quiet.
Yeah.
Because like he and the Grand Emperor are things that can destroy it forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. So that'll.
But
I think that's how you do Tree of Might. I agree.
But what you have to do is basically going to have to be where the entire planet is a burned out husk. Like the tree takes all of it and it doesn't leave a goddamn thing left.
Yeah.
It's a burned out husk.
Essentially, kind of like how original Broly ended, where they had to evacuate that species to another place.
Yep.
Because, yeah, their planet is gone now.
Well, I would have it that the people were able to partially evacuate.
Mm-hmm. Still lost a lot of people to that seed.
But... So lost a lot of people, and you can still, if you want to use the Dragon Balls, if you want to use, you've got enough sets, and maybe, you know what? Maybe the Namekians have their own Dragon Balls. Maybe the Namekians in Universe 6 have their Dragon Balls, and they can at least bring the planet back to life and maybe bring people back to life. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can, even if it is, okay, you don't want to kill all the people, then maybe what you do is, can you bring the planet and its natural flora and fauna back to where before the tree was planted? Boom. And the people can come back and rebuild.
This actually before we move on, this actually allows me to bring up something, like an argument that I've had with people. Or I've held off from having this argument, but I should have just said it. Too many people have said that the Dragon Balls and the way they're used and everything has made it so that there is no consequences. That's like, everything, they keep bringing people back, and it's like, yeah, death has no consequence. Bullshit! Those people still remember.
See, and this is what I would do is have it that they have to try to evacuate as many people as possible, because Namekian Dragon Balls are going by the old Namekian Dragon Ball rules. You can revive a person at a time.
Yeah. But, seriously, really think about that in the Dragon Ball universe. Everybody's like, well, so many people are like, well, it wouldn't really matter. Whatever happens, what traumatic event happens, I'll at least be brought back to life. It's like, yeah, with the memory of it happening. They never erased the memory. Not that I'm aware of.
And the fact is that can also be, the Tree of Life being there could also be the thing of having your Destroyer and your Supreme Kai being there. And the Supreme Kai can insta-teleport people. Even better than the instant transmission. So that can be a thing. And you can have the other... you can have Bulma have a ship there. That's a dimensional ship.
Yeah.
And all that. And you can be like, hey, you know what? This is the first thing. Let's get people off because we don't know. And the tree literally will... The tree isn't just a tree. Oh, it's more like Audrey 2.
Yes. Yes.
It's more like Audrey 2.
It's eating people.
It eats people. It literally eats them. It literally eats any kind of life it can find. And then once that's done, it begins the creation of the fruit.
Yep.
So how I would do it, we get the distress call as Turles is entering Earth and is engaging the planet's defense force, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The Saiyans come in. And then, because, Universe 7, Supreme Kai's knows that they're there in Universe 6. The Supreme Kai of Universe 6 is like, why are you going there? And goes to investigate. And he might even go and get Universe 7's Kai and Beerus and all them to start helping out. If necessary. It's like, oh. You have Bulma has a ship there, and she's there, and she can, she basically, has some food to bribe Whis with. Because she is probably one of the most powerful Dragon Ball characters, because she basically has the attendant of the Destroyer God on speed dial, and he will be at her beck and call because, oh dear Lord, she will find him the best things to eat.
Yeah. I love it. So, I think that's a really good way to make that one canon.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've got that one established. How about Lord Slug? Because here's the thing. We're holding off on Cooler because I want to make Cooler canon to Universe 7. And I think I know how. But let's cover Lord Slug. How do you do the evil Namekian?
That's difficult. That's difficult because I don't want to just go back to a Universe 7 Namekian.
No.
But there was a disaster that they had where a lot of the Namekians died.
Mm-hmm.
And you could do that. Hell, you could have Lord Slug be a relation to the nameless Namekian that fled the world. Because remember, the nameless Namekian was incredibly powerful.
Yep.
One of the strongest Namekians ever.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is a being who, but he's gotten old, and the problem though is he needs Dragon Balls.
Yep.
But there's no. The problem with Lord Slug is that why does he need the planet to be cold? Why?
I never understood
Namek's
that.
not cold.
That I never understood.
It's not like he has some kind of some kind of accident that changed his body like Victor Freeze. Maybe you want to go that route. I don't know.
Yeah, this is something... I'm going to take just a moment here to look up that one, because I never did understand that.
Yeah.
Why does Lord Slug need to freeze the planet? More powerful type of Namekian that would... Planet Lord Slug intends to collect the Dragon Balls to gain eternal youth and freeze the entire planet to claim his own after being exiled for so long from his... I don't understand!
Namek wasn't cold, though.
What was Lord Slug's goal? So I had the power he once possessed his prime, thus caused him to seek eternal youth once he learned... Okay... Oh, that's why! He was turning the planet into a ship.
Oh.
He was terra freezing. Terra freeze is a method of turning planets into mobilized star cruisers by Lord Slug and his minions. That's what that was about. That's why he was doing that. Because you have a planet-sized star cruiser, nobody's gonna fuck with you.
He could go back to Namek.
Yep. He was essentially creating his own Death Star, let's be honest. So, alright, I think I get that now. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's the brightest plan, but okay.
No.
Old man brain. Go burr.
Old man brain go. Well, and also the problem with Universe 6 is that he's got to find a place that has Dragon Balls that go on human rules, on the Earth rules.
Yep.
Which there aren't. Remember, Earth in Universe 6 was destroyed, and even though it got brought back, it doesn't mean that there was a Namek there to take over a Guardian and make the Dragon Balls.
Mm-hmm. True. So
maybe someone does something stupid.
Okay. I'm listening.
Maybe what he's doing, maybe he's trying to, maybe he knows that they have Dragon Balls there. He knows that the Dragon Balls, that the Saiyans know where the Dragon Balls are on Universe 7, and he wants them.
Okay. Okay, I see. So he's trying to get to Universe 7 then.
He wants to get to Universe 7. And maybe the fact is the tech that he needs is maybe what he needs a planet-sized ship to be able to break the universe, to break into the universes. Because we don't really know how one goes from one universe to the other without...
That's true. And that would make sense. I could see that causing some type of, like
maybe some of the
collision or
mages...
something.
Maybe he is a Universe 7 Namek. Let's say he's a Universe 7 Namekian.
It was banished.
He was banished, and the magic they used didn't just banish him from the planet, banished him from the universe.
Yep. So he's been stuck in Universe 6.
Even you could have it that he caused the calamity that killed most of them. And that because they knew most would die, a lot of them basically put their power in a mage to quite literally banish the guy from the universe. You are never getting back because he doesn't have magic powers.
Yes. He's powerful, but he doesn't have magic powers. Yeah.
Have it, you know what? Have it that Guru did it. So it's Guru who does it.
Okay.
Because basically, instead of, and you could even retcon it that, oh, they didn't die. They all fused with him.
That's how he got so big. Yeah.
I drank it all. All the water, I drank it. What? How do you think I got so fat?
Oh yeah, no, I even like that idea of like when Team 4-Star did that of like my brother, Lord Slug.
Yeah, although I do love that the fact they made Lord Slug the good half.
He's the good half, my better half.
Sincerely, your evil half. No. Mail this out. We don't have a postal service, sir. Nail. Gather the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, no, that's actually perfect. That it's like, yeah, you could literally have it be like, yeah, Guru banished his evil brother to, like what he thought it was kicking him off the planet, and it actually kicked him out of the universe.
There are the three brothers. You have the youngest, which is Piccolo, which is the nameless Namekian.
Yep.
and Guru sent him off so that you can then have it be retconned a little bit, because he doesn't remember much of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That Guru basically sent him off to not be influenced by Slug.
Yep.
And by what Slug was trying to do. And then he was able to, because Slug basically caused the ecological disaster, he basically Slug, you know what, actually, you have it that, you have it that Guru basically was able, all the Namekians were going to die. They fused with Guru. They banished him, except for his youngest brother, which he decided to take a ship and send him to Earth, and maybe even find a place for him, and then have it go and find a new place for the nameless Namekian. Because it could have been that you could like, one was pure good, one is pure evil, one a bit of both, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Or Slug had some kind of evil corruption that partially got him. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But it is doable. I think, yeah, as long as you banish him from Universe 7, you mess with the canon a little bit. I mean, fuck, everybody
does. And actually,
does.
You know what? I know what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You have it where he's trying to Terra Freeze Universe 6 Namek.
Yes.
And therefore, they request Piccolo to come. Like, Piccolo hears about it and is like, I'm fucking going. Somebody pick me the fuck up. I'm going.
Yeah.
Because, no Namek, you don't fucking, And we can get the backstory there.
Yep.
But
yeah, I think you could totally do that. I think
because
then you could have a moment where, like, fucking Lord Slug, huh?
You don't even have to have Slug, and you can have Slug and Guru be related, but you don't even have to have the nameless Namekian be related. It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. If you did, that would be cool, because you could totally catch Piccolo off guard when it's just like, oh, how did you get here? And it's like, what? How in the hell do you know me? And then just like, yeah. You could have that little bit.
Yeah.
Like, well, it doesn't matter anyways. I'm still gonna kill you. Like, yeah, that just show that, like, Lord Slug is just pure evil at this point.
Like, if you have him related, then it could be he's gonna go after Guru. Guru's dead, dude. He's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm going after you.
Yep. Just showing that there's just nothing left of, like, even a remote.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy the Namekians in Universe 6 and then use. Wait, he has to Terra Freeze it because whatever sciencey magic tech that he has needs to be cold, because it's like, think of it like, like a nuclear reactor, how it's, generates a lot of heat.
Yep.
So basically this thing needs to be cold so that it can do magic tech stuff to get to Universe 7, and so they can then, he could basically use it to destroy Namek. Even New Namek, because it's like, well, Guru did it and all of them are descended from Guru, so I'm gonna fucking kill them all.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah. So I think that's completely doable. You could have that. Yeah, have Piccolo be a big part of it.
Yep.
So I think that actually covers Lord Slug pretty well.
I think so. And because it's on New Namek, you could find some of the Dragon Balls and be able to wish for eternal youth. Because kind of like Guru, he is dying.
Yeah.
He is. It would actually make him even older and decrepit.
Oh yeah.
I feel that is something that even King Piccolo and all that, it should have been like they should have been like literally on the verge of death.
Yes. So, all right, so there's that one. Now, before we get into the main event here, before we get into Cooler, I want to say this. I personally don't give a shit about a lot of the other movies.
You don't care about ginger pirates in space?
No.
Fusion Reborn?
No.
Actually, you can't do Fusion Reborn anyway, because the fact is, Broly kind of added the Gogeta thing to it anyway.
Yep. You got that. You've got Wrath of the Dragon. I don't care. Those aren't all that good.
Yeah.
Those aren't.
And we're not doing it with Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball movies are very much retellings of parts of the story with little changes. So they don't really count as that.
Now, Cooler. Oh, Cooler. Okay. My thought on this is that Cooler is canon to Universe 7. Is running around Universe 7. And gets brought up kind of flippantly, because Frieza wouldn't have given a shit about his brother.
Frieza would not have given a shit. However, the question really is, why did King Cold... The question then becomes, why did King Cold pass over?
Oh, because he was more proud of Frieza. Because Frieza... Well, Frieza is created through fucking with genetics. That is canon.
Is he a clone?
He is technically a clone of Cold.
That's why. Okay, so it's a big narcissism thing.
He's a perfected. Kind of the idea of Frieza is that he's a perfected being.
I see. But he doesn't have a PS5 for a head and as cicada wings. He can't be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's always been that's been a thing. That was a thing I had to look into to find out. Like, yeah, there is some validity to that. Frieza wasn't born. Frieza was created in a lab. And then grew, basically.
Test tube baby.
Yes. He is perfection. He is the one that... So Cold would have looked over his father. Or Cold would have looked over his kid.
He's Hubert Farnsworth from Futurama.
Yes. And he would have absolutely, because of the way Cold was, would have just bypassed Cooler and been like, yeah, but you're not perfection, so I'm not handing this over to you.
My question is Cooler a genetic experiment as well?
From what I have gathered,
or
no.
Did King Cold and Queen Frigid get it on one time?
Yes. That's what I've gathered.
You know what? I'm calling her Queen Frigid. I don't give... Because Toriyama would have done that.
Yeah. Like, that I absolutely... Yeah, from what I've gathered, Cooler would have been an actual born one. And so, weaker, inferior... So, the thing is, we have seen what happens when Frieza finally decides, oh, I should actually train. I should try this training thing. Oh god, I became very powerful.
Yeah, because the idea was that Cold was still, even with Mecha Frieza, was still stronger. Yeah,
So
you don't really see it because of how much stronger Trunks was, which I think is one of the. I'm gonna say it's one of the problems of that, is we don't actually get to see. Yeah, Cold is still stronger. The
Mhm.
idea is Frieza is basically still kind of a petulant is still a child in many ways.
yes.
He's not even fully grown.
So my theory, my pitch
Uh-huh.
here. What if the overlooked brother
Mm-hmm.
did decide early on, hey, training,
Yeah.
perfect what I have, make myself stronger, and has been
Mhm.
doing this even well past since Frieza died and came back.
Yep.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, but the thing about it though is that his transformation, he doesn't go from, because Frieza transforms into Golden Frieza,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes into uh Frieza that says the N-word but looks like he might have a pass. I mean,
So,
before then he's just
yeah.
Frieza's just saying the N-word. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
But the thing is, and this is where you tweak things. This is where you do things like with Broly.
Mm-hmm.
You can jump up the power. You can jump up the idea. Like, literally, this brother decides, you know what? I've been biding my time long enough. I'm gonna take the fucking I'm gonna take the fucking empire myself.
You know what it is? He was sad that he was waiting because he wasn't sure if he was going to be stronger than his father.
Yes.
No one really knew how powerful King Cold was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not willing to try to take the Empire because he knew that if he tried it from Frieza, Cold might intervene.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew Cold was stronger than him. Mm-hmm. He knew there was no... So he waited. Then the Empire fell apart when King Cold died.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay. He's going to bide his time, you know.
Yeah.
Doing whatever. Being maybe a mercenary. Maybe being, you know, something.
Yeah. Personally, I think... And this is where you could do whatever you want at this point. You could either you can make Cold just as evil as Frieza. You can make him not give a shit about taking over entire planets and everything. You could make him not as evil. You can
or cooler.
Sorry, not cold. Cooler. My bad. You can make Cooler either like Frieza or not giving a shit. You could make him solely be after his brother.
He's solely after his brother, but he's also after the people who defeated him. His brother, because they are strong. You know what? Here's what it is. Cooler was passed over because you can have it that his personality, it wasn't just the perfection of the genetics. His personality, though, was that he wanted to be strong.
Yeah.
And fighting, and he was a bit too Saiyan.
Yeah.
You could even have it where he kind of wonders if, you know... I mean, because, let's be honest. We've already got it where, yes, Frieza would definitely say the N-word. Yeah. Cold would be someone who'd be like, you got too much Saiyan in you. No.
Yeah. I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm giving the opportunity to anybody who would want to do that, if they did this, to either make him a continued character or make him a one-off. Whatever you want to do with Cooler.
I would make him a recurring character.
Yeah. I would also make him someone legitimately, and this is the rub. This is why I definitely would want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
His fifth form is on par with Frieza's strongest.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
close.
literally, and Cooler is aware and even points out and says, I'm not far away from a sixth.
Oh,
I've
you know
figured
what?
it out.
I know why he wants. Here's the thing. I know why he wants to come to Earth. Have him come to. He has to come to Universe 7.
Yeah.
And you know why? He wants the Dragon Balls. Because with Frieza
I
there,
think he
and
should
he
already
knows
be.
he's close.
Yeah.
He wants to revive his father to kill him.
Yes, which, you know what? Good on you. I'm fine with that.
That's why he wants to revive Cold so that he can show him he's stronger and then rip him apart. Rip him apart like those Christmas crackers in the UK.
You know what? That's not a bad motivation at all.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
When he sees that Frieza's come back,
Mm-hmm.
he trains until he believes he's strong enough. Then he's like hearing rumors and things like that. That he might, that there might be a way to bring people back from the dead. They hear about these Dragon's Balls.
Mm-hmm.
And you could even have it that first he went to this planet that had dragons. And, well, the men can't grant wishes and got a bunch of these dragon testicles I don't know what to do with. and this would not be the first time that Goku has said, "Oh, that poor dragon." Remember, he did say that in like the early bits of Dragon Ball when Bulma's telling about the Dragon Balls. He's like, "Oh, that poor dragon."
Oh shit.
But I feel like that where, you know what? Or you can have it whether he wants to be strong or he just wants to be able to do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be free to do whatever.
Yeah. Personally,
You know,
I think,
I kind of like the idea that he just wants to be free.
Yeah.
And do what he wants.
And personally, I think if you're going to go that route and you want to make him a recurring character, like somebody who just, like, you know, pops up, like they have to either they fight him or he pops up and maybe it's like, oh, well, there's this situation that apparently is like fucking over everyone and it's kind of stepping into my territory. Okay, fine. Like, you basically make him a character who's he's not good, but he's not evil. It's literally the idea of somebody who is like, I do what I want. The only time you're in danger is if you're in my way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
And
I'm not going to just kill indiscriminately because I don't need to.
And if you want to, you can just basically have it where it's like he, you know, oh, you know what? No, I have a better idea of why he chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, he was thinking about doing that. But the problem is Cooler likes leading from the front.
Yep.
And Cold finds that undignified. They are so, you know, because Frieza likes to sit in his bubble car.
Yep.
His little bubble chair.
Yeah, Cooler like to be on the front lines.
He likes to be on the front lines. He likes to be, you know, in the thick of it. And the fact is, you could even have him have a posse.
Yes, he actually had a group who they actually gave a shit about each other.
And you have it that, yes, he gives a shit about them.
Yep.
So that gives him more of that anti-hero kind of thing. He gives a shit about them. And he even maybe tells the Z Warriors, listen, I don't really give a fuck. These are my bros. Engage them at your own fucking peril. Because if you hit them, I will hit you.
Yep.
And I will not. I I take no prisoners and I suffer no quarter. You will literally be dead if you hurt any of my people.
And you could totally bring back. You could literally bring back the 3. You could bring back his. You could bring back his 3.
You could bring back his 3, and you could even have a group.
Yeah,
Like,
you could
he's
add
got,
some
like
new
a guerrilla commandos
Yeah.
thing that is kind of like A-Team thing. He does mercenary stuff. He does whatever he fucking wants.
Yeah. Because look,
But
I
these
actually like the
are
character of
his
Salsa.
bros.
I like the character of
Huh?
Salsa.
Mhm.
His
But they're
his
his
first in
bros.
command, or like his right hand man. I like that character. So you could literally have him there.
Yeah, and the fact is that like
Mr. Kuna.
and they don't even
Yeah.
fight. Maybe Goku's like, "Can we fight?" And it's like, "No. If we fight to die, and you really want to do that." He's like, "I just want to fight and spar." And maybe what you do is you have them spar.
Yep.
Maybe they'll be like, "Well, he's going to go after Frieza for a bit. I guess we could spar a little bit, but
Mhm.
we'll
Well,
do
because
that." And
because
then,
Cooler would actually.
and they're just they're basically they're just like, we're watching the show.
Yeah.
We're like,
Because Cooler
like,
would
we just want
actually.
the Dragon Balls
yeah.
to do this. We don't give a shit about this planet at all.
Yeah. Cooler would see the benefits of a spar. Because he'd be like,
you would see the benefits of the spar.
Because it's training.
You know what? That's the thing. Maybe the idea is, oh no, I got it.
Mhm.
He will challenge them to a spar for the Dragon Balls
Mhm.
to be able to use the Dragon Balls.
Mhm.
And since the Dragon Balls, I believe, have 2. Oh, because if you resurrect someone, you get 2 wishes.
Mhm.
He can resurrect King Cold, to resurrect King Cold's body, which I believe should be able to basically put his body whole, instead not that resurrection F shit.
Yeah.
And then transport him right here, right now.
Mhm.
And if he doesn't want to do it, tell him I'm here. And that be like the big fight.
Yeah.
Because you could even have it that, or maybe you have it that Cold, I can't remember if they actually showed it, Cold might have been able to keep his body. What if Cold found a way to get his body back? And he has been secretly doing a little bit of training.
I believe Cold had his body. If I remember correctly, I mean, you see him in the afterlife in Dragon Ball Z. So, and he has his body.
So he doesn't have to have the thing where he gets cut up and carved like Mecha Frieza was.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I would do. I would have that the afterlife had mutters that that there's been some hints throughout a few years or something that Cooler's out there, and that Cooler might actually make a move on Frieza. And eventually, because of that, Cold finds out what's going to happen. That Cooler doesn't just want to destroy Frieza. He wants to fight Cold. See, he knows about the Dragon Balls and all that kind of stuff, because everybody fucking knows about the Dragon Balls.
Everybody knows.
Okay?
Everybody knows.
It's like Richard Chamberlain's gay. Yeah, it's a fucking open secret. All right? It's a secret. It's like when he said, what happened, it's like in Harry Potter, what happened was a complete secret. So naturally the whole school knows.
Exactly.
So he trains a little bit. Maybe he gets a different form. Like a platinum form. To go against Frieza's gold form.
Yeah. But I could still absolutely... This thing is I would absolutely see, like, Cold, his arrogance
Cold's
still
overconfidence.
overconfidence and his arrogance still gets him, where he thinks like, I've done enough training, and it's like, you haven't done nearly enough when when it actually comes down to it.
Yeah.
And that adds some glee to Cooler's whole thing. It's like, oh, you actually thought to train. Oh, but you didn't train enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's that. Also,
Fiendish Woo, you done fucked up now.
yeah. Also, I really do feel that besides the Saiyans, besides Goku and Vegeta, I really think somebody else needs to be keeping Frieza in his fucking place. And I think Cooler could do it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the thing. Like, literally lord it over. It's like, yeah, you took forever, and then you finally did some training, and you unlocked your more powerful forms. I'm on par. Like, literally, you could literally have it be like his base fourth form is on par with Gold, and it's like, and then his fifth is actually above the Black Frieza, and then it's like, by the way, I have another form. I haven't unlocked it yet, but I can feel it's very close. Yeah, and it's gonna put me leagues above you, little brother.
And the fact is, after he beats up with the fifth form,
yeah.
After he beats him up, he then tells Goku and Vegeta that if they'd like, we can spar.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see where I am.
Mm-hmm.
We won't, and it will be, we ain't going for death blows.
Yeah.
And we ain't, and we'll find a place. We need to go off world. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find a place.
Yeah.
You know, rules are just going to be no death blows.
Yeah. Because again, Cooler's not evil. He just has very specific bloodthirsty goals.
The idea, though, is he knows that Goku defeated Frieza.
Yep.
He knows that Vegeta once got the better of Frieza.
Yep.
So now he wants to see, am I stronger than you two?
Yep.
And then we can bring back Gogeta at that point.
Yes.
We can have it where and we might not go to blue, but we might.
I mean, I think if he gets to blue, it overwhelms. I think that would be perfect.
Blue, it's to overwhelm, and at that point, then we can do the Big Bang Kamehameha, which is what they should have done in Broly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It should have been the Big Bang Kamehameha. Because it's both of them. And in that one, he just narrowly dodges, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah. And then
He's like, okay. We're done here.
Yep, he calls it off.
He calls it off.
But it allows him to get analysis and figure out where he's at.
Or it actually, he just misses it because Gogeta didn't aim for him.
Yep.
Because no killing blow.
Yep.
You get to see it. You get to see how you could feel the power and feel it sear his skin. And yet all he knows is that they intentionally put it there.
Yep.
They put it in front of him, he would have been destroyed.
Yep. This was to show where he's at.
Taken.
Yep, point taken.
Which is, you are not in our league. And if you fuck with Earth, we will not hold back.
Oh yeah.
And he gets, and then
you could literally just have the nod of respect at that point too.
He kind of, what I would have is he kind of looks at that and is like, and you have Gogeta kind of just having those Vegeta eyes of just the steel glare of like, you know, that was what we mean.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And even later, he could tell us, Earth's off limits. We ain't going back there.
Yeah.
No. And even have it even have where one of them, one of the lower ones, it's lucky they missed. It's like they didn't miss.
Yep.
They put that there for me to know that they could have killed me if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not feeling to, they didn't do nothing to me. I ain't doing nothing to them. I'm leaving them alone. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god, that could even be like you could have like
where it's like
Mr. Cooler.
they,
At least he's lucky. At least you're lucky. They missed, and that's what he points out. It's like, no,
they
they
did not
did
miss.
miss.
No.
On the
that was not a
contrary, my
miss.
friend.
That was a
deliberate.
show of
force.
force.
That was a show of force.
That was a demonstration.
Yeah.
Unless they get in our way, we leave them and Earth a wide berth.
Yeah.
Just don't deal with it, because and he tells all of them, leave that alone. It is not worth getting into a fight with them.
We'll keep an eye around.
We'll keep an eye around. And the fact is that you have someone like you have maybe somebody like Gohan waiting in the wings, because we also don't know where Beast Mode is in relation.
True.
Because Beast Mode, because it's like there might be others. So let's just, unless we are waiting to destroy it all, because you know what I would do? It isn't just that he also has a very, Frieza had a mind of a conqueror. Just give me planets.
Yep.
Cooler should have the mind of a tactical general.
Yes.
Who's got the logistics and the tactics, and knowing that's a war we cannot win without enough attrition that we would destroy ourselves if we were even to win it.
Yep.
So it's not worth it.
No.
The prize isn't worth it. I got what I wanted.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I got what I wanted. Yeah. I got to be able to do the Dragon Balls. And you could even have it where it's like they fight him individually and are like, okay, he just wants to use the Dragon Balls to bring King Cold back to kill him.
Yep.
And
Vegeta would be able to respect that.
Vegeta is just like, you don't have to fight. I got no problem with that.
Yeah. Vegeta would want to watch.
and he basically, and him saying, because I want to show him how much more powerful I am, Goku might be, ooh.
Okay.
Because Goku might be, can we then maybe spar sometime later? And you could even have it where Goku kind of just, keeps in touch with him, because every once in a while it's like, you want to spar?
Yeah.
You want to just have a sparring match? I mean, he has, like, kind of like how he did with Broly, because, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, did you actually ever see Superheroes?
I didn't get around to it. I still need to.
But yeah.
We'll have to do that soon.
That is something we have to do. That is something we'll have to do.
But I think you could totally do that. You could have Cooler as like that next character.
And I think the thing is that you sometimes, having a recurring anti-hero character like that can be fun. Because he could be, he's kind of like a merc for another big bad. And it's like, yeah, I'm getting paid to do this, so. But also the understanding that he's not, like, this is not a ride or die. This is not a, I'm going to do this, I believe in the cause. It's, okay. It's a paycheck.
Yeah. I think that's perfect. And yeah,
I think it does. It also gives a nice contrast to Frieza.
Yes.
Because Frieza wants to keep Earth, he wants to stay away from Earth because he's, he doesn't want them to get in his shit.
Yeah.
Cooler is just, they have, like, you even look at it, he's like, I got all I wanted. There's literally nothing more that I want.
Yeah.
Like, what could I want? Like, what could I want? If I was my father, he'd want immortality, but then what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? If I can't, at that point, then I'm like, I'll be bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
And him understanding that immortality is not really and you can say that his father would want that because that's what Frieza wants, because Frieza really is his father in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a little brattier and less arrogant and calm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Like, you have, Cooler is like, what more can I want? I got my revenge.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put my brother in his place.
Yep.
He now knows I've basically letting him keep his empire.
Mm-hmm.
And not to step out of line. Which pisses Frieza off even more, because it's like, shit, I have to worry about Earth and this asshole.
Also, it is, it hurts Frieza's pride.
Yes, which is an absolute win. So, he is like, and...
See, Cooler is kind of understanding of, there aren't going to be that many people. And he knows enough that he got the same warning that Cold gave, Frieza all those years ago when he was the apprentice, which is, you leave Majin Buu, you stay away from Majin Buu, and you stay away from Lord Beerus.
Yep.
So he knows, and you know what? How about this? Beerus and Whis are there on a food run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got Broly and all of them. They're all there on a food run.
Yeah.
and he sees that, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We'll have a spar. It's like, we have a spar. No dying. Find another. And you know what you do? Have them fight on Mars.
Yeah.
They go to Mars and they fight. Because then it's like, why don't we go to Mars? And because Bulma's like, can we not do this on Earth? This is where my stuff is. And Whis is like, can we go somewhere else? It's like, well, there's Mars, and if it gets blown up, it probably won't be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Whis just puts an atmosphere in Mars. He just terraforms Mars enough so they can fight. It's like, here, go fight on Mars.
Yeah.
Because then you've got the red and all that kind of stuff. Or they find a planet that's just, okay, we can have our fight. Here, let's go to find a planet. And it's devoid of life and everything, and we're not gonna fuck anything up.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody is just, and Whis is there just basically as the camera operator.
Yeah.
So everybody else can see the fight.
Oh yeah, like I really like this.
Beerus wouldn't want to go because he tired. He's going to sit in a chair and nap.
Yeah. Yeah, and Cooler ain't gonna fuck with Beerus. Like, he knows better. But like,
yes, that's the thing of Cooler. That can also be a thing. They are allies of Beerus.
Yeah.
Let's not tempt, because even he can say he could train for 1,000 years and he doubts he can get to Beerus's level.
Yeah.
Because that should be the thing. Mortals should not. I don't even know. I think Ultra Instinct Goku is close, but I don't think he's quite there. I don't think he's quite at Beerus's level.
No, but he has very much the potential. Like,
that's where he has the potential, but the idea, and one of the things I really liked about Battle of Gods, and I can't remember if we ever talked about this, is the fact that in Battle of Gods, Toriyama basically said that, in that one, Goku might have been at a 6.5, but Beerus is at a 10, Whis is at a 15.
Yep.
And the idea, I feel like Dragon Ball can go forever. He should never surpass Beerus.
No,
never.
Yeah, I really like this idea of, I like Cooler being the, like, antagonist in the way of that he is just exactly that. He's the counter on this one. He is the person who is initiating things. He is not a villain. He's not doing villainous things. He has his own agendas, things he wants done. And I even like the idea of, like, they're doing a food run. You can have your Dragon Ball comedy moment where, like, they're doing the food run. He looks over, sees them, and is like, wait, that's not a rumor? You're actually basically friends with the god of destruction?
And the fact is that Goku's like, And he's like, this woman is friends with the god of destruction and the attendant, and Goku could be like, oh yeah, that's Vegeta's wife, and he's like, well,
Wow.
this day just got interesting. This day just became very different. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
we'll fight Frieza, but if we want to spar, let's go all out somewhere else.
Oh yeah, because then he would be 100% reasonable about it. Let's not do this on Earth. Like, yeah, no,
No,
that's
I'm
fine.
not on a spray thing to even get anywhere near Beerus.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be really cool to just have this character like that, this other one of the whatever their species is, the cold
and
species.
Then you can have it sometimes he might join the fight on the hero side. Sometimes he might join on the villain side.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think you could also definitely have him take an interest in Broly. That would be interesting. Have him take an interest in Broly.
And Whis is like,
Yeah.
No. Not on this planet, not on this solar system.
Yeah.
That's somewhere far else. Because I can see Whis being like, no.
Yeah.
No, not here.
Yeah, no, but I think that would definitely be a thing. You could have it like it's like Broly gets explained to him, and he looks at him and goes, "Huh," and like wheels turn, and it's like another time. But keep it in mind of like there's another very destructive Saiyan.
Yeah, and he's being like, Saiyans, weren't anywhere near this strong.
Yeah. So I think that would be cool because then because that allows you to do like bringbacks of both of them. But
yeah, and you can have it where it's like, where you could have a training thing where, let's say, Goku and all them, like what they're trying to do is to get him to maybe find a form where he can unleash this power but not lose his mind to it.
Mm-hmm.
It maybe. Which it might cause some meditation and all of that, where he's like, you don't lose all of your mind. You're still partially there.
Mm-hmm.
But, trying to figure out if it can be done.
Yeah.
Or trying to figure out a way that they can, once things are done, calm him down to normal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, you got what the MCU did with the Hulk. You could kind of figure things out on that, although I would suggest not doing, going all that way. We don't need Broly to be Professor Hulk.
God, no.
No.
No, just keep him and Chile together.
Although the idea of him giving, like, Krillin 2 tacos is still kind of would be funny. Ant-Man would be Krillin.
Yeah. So I think absolutely if you put some thought into it, like really take some time, it could be done. Now, will they?
No.
Probably not. But
probably not. Although I'm just thinking where it's like it's a long movie, and the climax is the Goku and Frieza, Goku and Vegeta versus Cooler fight, where it's like on a different planet like Mars or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally like the Universe 7 thing where all the other Z fighters have got like a picnic and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're here to watch a fight.
Yeah.
And Cooler is just so confused. Like, why is it? What the hell am I? Cooler should basically be like a person who doesn't know he's in a shonen anime.
Yes. There you go.
What the fuck am I in? Like they're like, oh yeah, we want to see this fight. Yeah, no, this, like, you whooped Frieza really badly, and you say that you've got like this form's like, ooh, yeah, we kind of want to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's there, they've got Whis has got a shield over them, so no one's gonna get hurt, because no matter what, none of them gonna be able to break through a bubble made by Whis.
Mm-hmm.
That just ain't happening.
No. Not at all.
And hell, you might even have some of the other folks, other universe folks, hear about this and like, I'm interested. Like, you could have like, oh, because that's the thing. You could even have him where he might have hopped universes somehow.
Okay.
He might know of it and found some ways of, you know, places that he could hop. Maybe because you could even have it where maybe there are planets that have portals to other universes.
That wouldn't. Yeah, I could see it.
You know, you have certain ones that go to different universes and things like that. So he's learned about these different universes, and maybe he has a reputation.
Yeah.
May not be good, may not be bad, but people know him, and they're like, "Wait, he's fighting Goku?"
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Now everybody, you got everybody wanting to see this shit.
Like, it could be if you want to bring the Grand Minister in there, like, he's fighting Goku. Ah. And he just sits down. And even Whis is like, oh shit, I should have sold tickets.
Yeah.
The bubble basically becomes a stadium.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just make it this huge event. Like, and that would be like a great ending on a movie. There's like this huge fucking event of like, hey, we acknowledge all of this.
It's a shonen anime. It doesn't have to have stakes. It's just a fight scene.
Yeah, it's just it ends on a great fight scene.
And it can even be here. The rules are you know, no killing blows and no intentionally going for the planet's destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any beams need to not be aimed at the planet.
Yep.
Those are the two rules.
Perfect.
And even if the idea is the minister's like, you know what? I'm going to referee this fight.
Yep.
And it's like, these are the rules. And he looks at them and have it where he says it in a tone where all three of them could feel like they feel like the breath of death.
Yeah.
Do not break these two rules. To understand that you break those two rules, he gets involved.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want that.
I mean, yeah. Beerus is able to beat Tien up with chopsticks.
Yeah.
The Grand Minister could fart on you and you done.
You're done. Yeah.
Like, he is technically the most powerful fighter in all of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
In the multiverse, actually. Yeah. None of the angels are as strong as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it with the idea of, oh yeah, he's a little guy. Because that's... Toriyama liked that. He liked the short kings who were incredibly powerful.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
It also tended to subvert expectations, although I will argue that he did it a little too often for it to be subverting expectations when three of your four major antagonists in the Z arc are short kings.
Yeah, this is true.
And even Perfect Cell was smaller than Semi-Perfect Cell.
Yep. Yeah. Like, honestly...
Like by the time Kid Buu, everybody should have known, like, oh yeah, he got smaller. Shit's on now.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I can't think of any of the other movies that you would really want to make canon.
Not that I can think of, really. Like, again, like, Wrath of the Dragon is not one I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they tried to go at the end and say, this is how Trunks got his sword. I'm like, how does that work?
Also, do I really care about Trunks' sword?
Not really.
No. Especially because in Super, he just has his sword back, but I thought it broke.
I thought it broke too.
DBZ. Huh?
I thought it broke too. Yeah. And he just has it.
Yeah,
like, okay. So I assume he just made another one.
Like, it's one thing if it was something like the Z sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like this legendary blade. And oh, he's got this legendary blade that's so powerful that, it takes the power of a Saiyan to be able to wield it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, it just sword.
Yeah.
Sword go Dicker snack.
Yeah.
It's like, no. It's just not, it's not a,
No.
like, our media has had legendary swords. Unless your sword's legendary, like, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
nah.
Yeah.
Like
So
a regular sword, get that at blacksmith.
Yeah. But I think these are the main ones that should be
Mhm.
attempted to be made canon. And I think you totally could. Again, the cooler movie that we just came up with, man, that's awesome.
Yeah. We think it's awesome. Who knows?
Who knows?
Somebody
Maybe,
else, Japan might be like, the fuck are you two smoking?
yeah, and you know what? The people who are listening to us could be thinking we're dumb. Who knows? Like, it. I think it's cool, and I honestly, that's. I know it'll never happen. Hell, I was told to pitch these things, and then I was told, oh, like when I was saying some of this, I was told, oh, why don't you just go write out a script and pitch it to them? And I'm like, they're not gonna fucking take it.
No,
what the
you don't.
fuck
You
are
have
you
to
on?
understand. You have to understand the things of how media and stuff in Japan is done. Manga and anime are owned by the creator.
Yeah.
So you can't just make a Dragon Ball movie.
No.
I mean, even with Toriyama passed away, his estate or whatever would still have to, it's a reason why Broly was written by Akira Toriyama.
Yes.
You can't write it without him or without his explicit approval. This isn't the U.S. media system where, you could merit a pitch for something and they could try it.
Mhm.
But, if you wrote a pitch for something Dragon Ball without Toriyama's, real kind of, involvement or anything, you'll get Dragon Ball Evolution. Do you want that?
God. Honestly, if
'Cause I don't want that.
No, I don't want that ever. Again, never. I feel...
Goku in high school.
Oh, God. I could... probably the closest I could ever get is I could probably find a way to pitch this to Masako. And get it... And he could do one of his what-ifs. It's what if... Yeah, what if we made Cooler canon? And, pitch this whole thing. I think he'd be down for it.
He might be down for it.
I think he would...
The problem is how you would be able to do it without getting Funimation or Toei Animation down your necks. That's the problem.
Well, again, if I just give it to Masako, he'd just make it a what if.
Yeah.
And to see that get put on YouTube would actually be really fucking cool, knowing I was involved with that.
Yeah.
Knowing that the two of us did that. Honestly, it's a thought. We'd have to really iron it out. And then pitch it to him.
We would have to probably really iron out the details and all that.
Yeah, and then pitch it to him and be like,
and one of the other things that could be a problem,
yeah.
The other thing that I think could be a problem is that there will be a definite, for the cooler one, there's definitely a tone shift.
Oh,
and
definitely.
That might not work too well.
That's true.
So, unless you wanted to do maybe 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, okay, I'm done, I'm heading out. And basically Goku's like, we did that favor for you, so we want to fight. I want to be able to take you on. I want to be able to spar with you one day. And it's like, yeah, okay, we'll work something out.
Yep.
And then that whole thing becomes kind of a second movie.
Yeah.
The problem, though, with that is that would people go and see a Dragon Ball movie without Goku and Vegeta fighting? without any of the main folks fighting.
That's
let's be
true.
honest.
That's true.
That might be something that they're not interested in seeing.
Yeah, that is a problem, and that's a problem with doing, like, trying to do the stuff into Universe 6 and doing all that, is, in the end, do people care? I personally think, and that's where I say, okay, getting stuff like what we did, like, with with Lord Slug and with Turles, you make that a special. You make that like a mini release or something like that, a mini series.
An OVA.
An OVA, yeah. You make an OVA. Cooler is definitely a lot more complicated. But thankfully, again, like
actually,
the first one,
or you could do a 4-part OVA with Turles, Slug, Cooler, and then Cooler versus Goku.
True. Yeah,
That
you
could
could have this all like after Heroes and stuff like that. Have all of this stuff happen, and then yeah, that could work.
That you could do.
And there's no limit on how long an OVA is. I mean, just look at Hellsing Ultimate. Every one of those episodes is a different length. And they're like hour-long things, and I think like the last 2 episodes are like films in their own right. And that's the thing about OVAs. It's literally just like, oh yeah, it's just original video animation. You just put it there. So I think it would be doable. So
yeah.
But what do you all think? Pitch it in the comments. Tell us. Do you think that we are onto something? Do you think that we're idiots? Probably, but
yeah.
Do you feel you need to tell us this?
We dumb.
Yeah.
We just dum-dums.
We're just dum-dums who like Dragon Ball. So, with all of that said, I guess that's everything. Pass, where can people find you?
You could be a dum-dum who likes Dragon Ball.
This is true. There's plenty of them.
Like, how many folks in Latin America love Dragon Ball?
That is true.
And I'm not saying they're all dum-dums, but I'm saying, there's a lot of people who like Dragon Ball.
Yep.
And, not all of them are geniuses.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yep.
But I'm sure that there are some like college professors who, have their Goku shirts and stuff like that for off time as well. Because God, is Dragon Ball just huge in Latin America?
It is. Oh my God.
They love it. They love it. And I understand. It's like, you know what? Yeah, you just so many different cultures just, latch on to different things. And it's cool.
Yeah.
But you're asking me a question. What was it?
I was gonna wrap up and asking, Pass, where can people find you?
They can find me in this seat. But if you're looking for me in other places, you can find me on Twitch and sometimes, very, very, very rarely on Kick, under the username pass_the_remote. You can also sometimes find me on YouTube at Pass the Remote CF, where you might find me doing web-based shenanigans, riffing on movies and toku stuff. And then if you just, on social media, you can find me on Blue Sky at... What the hell am I on Blue Sky? Fuck if I know. Hold on, let me find out. I have Blue Sky. Pass the remote. All
Yeah.
one word.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. You find me there, and then you can also find me at the desiccated husk of Elon Musk's ego, or at least it would have been now. But now his ego got a big old refill. You can find me there at the username pass the remote CF. Actually, no, I'm sorry. YouTube is just pass underscore the underscore remote.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Pass the remote CF is for for Elon Musk. You did it, Elon. You saved social media account. And you find me there, you know, shit posting and all that kind of fun stuff. You know, not always being super serious, but that's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. You can, of course, find me here on YouTube with Wolfston Productions. From goofy ass anime to the shocking horror, Wolfston Productions, your number one stop for equally nerdy reviews of nerdy media. You can also find me over on Blue Sky under Mistress Ookami. That is Mistress Ookami. That's my name. Don't wear it out. And if you're feeling extra generous, head on over to the Wolfston Patreon, where you can get access to episodes that may or may not drop to the general public, episodes that most certainly will not drop to the general public, behind the scenes, all sorts of goodies, all for a measly $1 a month. Remember, folks, your $1 a month, that could go a long, long way. Or if you really just want to give us a tip, that's really it. Just $1, and I can give you access to things, and finally have the motivation to add more to it, because holy shit, we've been having motivation issues. With all of that said, this has been another episode of Anna Monday. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little different, but it's also kind of a throwback to just general discussions. So hopefully we get more of those, and we will see you here next time in the den. Good night, everybody.
The king of the world?